Hari Hari. Govinda. So, dear devotees, Bhagavata Pravaha. So grateful to have the shelter of Bhagavata Pravaha. So far we have heard about Bhagavatam, the overview of Bhagavatam, how Srimad Bhagavatam is Lord Krishna himself, as endorsed by Padma Purana, and then the whole Bhagavatam in 1 hour. And then we heard the first canto, second canto, third canto, and now we are in the fourth canto. In the fourth canto, we have heard about Sati Devi, Sati Charita, about Daksha Yajna. And the second part, we have heard about Dhruva Charita. And now we are hearing Pruthi Charita. In Pruthi Charita, what we have heard last time was the coronation of Pruthi Maharaj. Yeah, in the dynasty of Uttanapada, we have Uttanapada, Dhruva, and then Utkala was a Mahajana. So Vatsara was made the king. And down the road from Vatsara came, as the descendants came out, then that was Anga Maharaj. Anga, the good king, and the bad king was Vena. So Vena was killed, and Pruthi Maharaj is the son of Vena. And Pruthi Maharaj is the Palana Shakti of Bhagavan, the incarnation of the ruling power of Bhagavan, Pruthi Maharaj. So what we have heard about Pruthi Maharaj was coronation of Pruthi Maharaj, his glories, and how wonderfully he was taking care of his citizens. And during that process, how he chased Mother Earth when she was not giving grains to his citizens. And the conversation between Bhumi Devi and Pruthi Maharaj, how Pruthi Maharaj could successfully bring out all the grains and wealth from the Mother Earth and distribute it to all his citizens, and nicely cared for Mother Earth also as his own daughter. Yeah, so that's what we have heard. And the ruling and the glories of Pruthi Maharaj continue. So today what we will hear is, what else did Pruthi Maharaj do for his citizens? As a part of bringing auspiciousness to the whole kingdom, in those days, the kings used to do Ashwamedha Yajnas. Many Yajnas, Ashwamedha Yajna is also part of that. So today we will hear about how Pruthi Maharaj did Ashwamedha Yajna. And what happened during that Ashwamedha Yajna, during that sacrifice. That is only one chapter, but there is so much for us to get from this chapter. The lessons of our bhakti journey, for our bhakti journey, spiritual life lessons. There are, I think, quite some in this one chapter. What happened during the Ashwamedha Yajna that Pruthi Maharaj was doing. And after that, after doing that sacrifice, he returns back to the kingdom. And what did he talk to his people in the kingdom? These two are the topics that we're going to hear today. These two. This is the big chunk. What happened when Pruthi Maharaj was performing Ashwamedha Yajna? Beautiful ones. So we will hear the narration of the story first, and then comes so many wonderful lessons that we can learn. All right, that's Pruthi Maharaj. Yeah. I'm not sharing yet. Okay. That's Lord Vishnu there. So it goes like this. The narration is going on between the Maitri Muni is reciting all this to Vidura, right? So Maitri Muni continues. He says, Prithu Maharaj, he was taking care of his citizens so well, and he was doing this Ashwamedha Yajna. Ashwa, horse. Ashwamedha Yajna is horse sacrifices. And we have to understand, in these kind of sacrifices in those days, those sacrifices, the animals are sacrificed there. Gomedha Yajna, Ashwamedha Yajna, like that. The animals are sacrificed there. They are not necessarily chopped with the sword. They are not beheaded. Their life is taken out through mantras. Okay, so in that way, selected animals were offered in sacrifice by uttering mantras. And those animals that are killed by mantras for the sacrifice, they are given better life after the sacrifice. So it's like if it is a horse sacrifice, then the next life would be like a human being. So they can go on in their journey. The jiva can go upward in its spiritual journey, like that. So all those sacrifices, Vedic sacrifices, they were like that. So in that way, Maharaj Prudu was also conducting this Ashwamedha Yajna sacrifices. And when these sacrifices are done, we will see. When these sacrifices are done, what happens is all the demigods, these sacrifices are done in a very submissive way as an offering to the demigods, considering them as the parts and parcels of Bhagavan. So when these sacrifices are done, then everything in the nature, in the earth, the grains, the food grains and the wealth, the minerals, the treasure in the earth starts giving those things. And the demigods of the rain, Indra, starts giving the rain. And then the mountains, they start giving all these herbs and minerals, like that. So with the effect of these sacrifices, all the demigods are pleased, and all those things that are needed for a human life are very well produced. They are abundantly produced. So in this way, this is why the kings used to do the sacrifices. These sacrifices to please the demigods, so all their citizens can happily live. And that's how Prithu Maharaj was also doing the sacrifices. First Ashwamedha Yajna, first horse sacrifice, wonderful. He started seeing the results. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 90, 95, 98, 99. 99 horse sacrifices. He's been doing that one after the other. And everything in the country was, in the kingdom, was so abundant. And citizens were so happy. Everywhere he could just see that the whole atmosphere was jubilant, and everything was flourishing in the kingdom with the effect of these Ashwamedha Yajnas. Okay, 98 done, 99th horse sacrifice is going on. When the 99th horse sacrifice is going on, 99th was also over. Yeah. And Prithu Maharaj, again, he was doing this for the welfare of his citizens. As a Kshatriya king, he is pleasing the demigods and Lord Vishnu, so all of his citizens can be prosperous and happy. That's why he was doing this. The 100th Ashwamedha Yajna, that just got started. And then what happened? Indra, in the heavenly kingdom, the Swargaloka, he got perturbed. Indra has a title, Shatakratu, means the one who has done 100 horse sacrifices, 100 Ashwamedha yajnas. So, according to Karmakanda, when a king does 100 Ashwamedha yajnas on the earthly planet, he will be qualified to occupy the Indra post. We know that Indra is a post, right? Yeah. So the post of Indra, he will be qualified for that. So now that Prithu Maharaj is doing the 100th sacrifice, King Indra, he got put out. And he came to this sacrificial arena, to the yajna place. And then he stole the horse. How did he steal? If he comes as Indra, then everybody would see him, and then he will not be able to steal. So what he did was, Indra, he wears the garb of a sadhu as a liberated person. So everybody thought he was a sadhu. And then the last horse that was left for sacrifice was tied up there. And everybody was just focusing on the fire yajna. So Indra, in this garb of sadhu, came and stole the horse, and he was running in the sky. So Prithu Maharaj's son, he noticed that. He was looking for the missing horse. And then with these arrows, he started chasing this person who is wearing this garb as a sadhu. So Prithu Maharaj's son, he aimed his arrows towards this person, but he could not kill him because he was respecting the garb of a sannyasi. Then Atri Muni, he saw that, and this is what behind the clouds. Their boundaries are different. Okay. Indra came from there, right? Yeah. So Atri Muni told to Prithu Maharaj's son, okay, you don't have to hesitate. That is actually Indra. He's just in the garb of a sannyasi. He's not supposed to do this. He needs to be killed for this kind of unjustified action. So you go ahead, kill him. That's what Atri Muni says to Prithu Maharaj's son. But still, he is such a gentle soul and so respectful to the dharma that he could not release his arrow on this person, knowing that he is Indra and knowing that he is deceiving, because he was wearing those the attire of a sannyasi. Out of respect to that, he could not kill. But he just brought the horse back. He brought the horse back to the yajna place. And then the fire sacrifice was continuing. And Swaha was continuing. Again, Indra, he saw that the sacrifice is almost coming to an end. He came back again in a different attire, this time with the garland of the skulls and with the bhasmam. Again, that is also an external appearance. That's an attire of a sadhu. Yeah. So in that garb he came and he stole the horse again. And same thing, Prithu Maharaj's son, he looked around, he didn't find the horse, he chased this person. He didn't know that he was Indra again. So he chased this person again. Same thing. He was pointing the arrows but wasn't able to shoot. Because this person dressed himself as a renunciant. Atri Muni, he said the same thing again. But Prithu Maharaj's son could not kill. Brought the horse back again. Second time, the same thing. This time he was given this title, Vijitasva, Prithu Maharaj's son. That's how his name was given. So he brought this horse back. He brought the horse back, and by this time Prithu Maharaj was very angry. He got up from his seat, as he was doing that swaha sacrifice, but looking at this, he got so angry that he got up from his seat and then he took out the sword and he said, by this time he knew that it was Indra. So he was very angry with Indra and wanted to kill him. Why did he want to kill Prithu Maharaj? Why did he want to kill Indra? Because Indra, he kind of invented this pseudo sadhu behavior. Until then, nobody was abusing that attire of sadhu. Only sadhus used to wear sadhus dresses. But Indra came up with this cheating action that he wore the garb of a sadhu. And in this way, for the people in general, he was setting a wrong example, showing that we could use certain sacred things in the garb of sacred attire. You could just do cheating and stealing, and that was not right. So Prithu Maharaj did not like that part, that Indra is setting such a bad example by his behavior. He stole the horse. Yes, he stole the horse. But Prithu Maharaj was so upset about this particular thing that he was setting a bad example, and his citizens, he didn't wanted his citizens to take that bad example. So that's why he wanted to kill Indra. But all those sages there, they said, no, Maharaj Prithu, please don't be so angry, because in the sacrificial arena, it is only the animal that is to be sacrificed needs to be killed. Nobody else should be killed. That is against the etiquette of this yajna. So please do not kill him. What we can do is, we will utter the mantras. Now that Indra doing this adharmic thing, he is almost like a dead person. So it's not so easy to kill, not so hard to kill him. We will utter those mantras, where India is forced to come and fall into this fire. That way we can kill him. That's what those priests were saying. Then Prithu Maharaj said, okay, and he sat down. But just before these priests were uttering those mantras, Brahmaji appeared there. He appeared and said, no, this cannot happen. How could anybody just kill Indra like that? How could anybody who is in the post of Indra be killed like that? No. This is not right. Indra should not be killed. By the way, Prithu, why do you have to do the 100th sacrifice now? You're already such a wise soul. Your citizens are all happy anyway. Your kingdom is flourishing anyway. You don't have to do 100 sacrifices. 99 is fine. So you please stop your yajna here, but do not kill Indra. That's what Brahma says. And Prithu Maharaj, I think he must be getting all the questions that we are getting to. What is going on here? Why is Brahma the chief of the universal affair? Why is he saying this to Prithu Maharaj? But Prithu Maharaj did not say anything back. He was very respectful. He received a Brahma with a warm welcome, and he just agreed with Brahma's proposal that he should stop the 99 with that 99th sacrifice. He did not make a big deal about it, and he was not upset. He was not in resentment. He said, okay, if you said so, then we will stop here. That's what Prithu Maharaj said. And by this time, so now the yajna is stopped at the 99th, the very 99th, at the very end. But Prithu Maharaj was undisturbed. He just stopped the yajna because Brahmaji said so. By this time, Lord Vishnu he appeared there at the sacrificial arena. He appeared there, and Prithu Maharaj saw, oh yeah, when Lord Vishnu appeared, not just Lord Vishnu, along with him, the Nanda and Sunanda. You see those Nanda Sunanda here, Nanda and Sunanda. They also came, and all these personalities representing different planetary systems from Pitraloka and from Tapoloka, from Jnanaloka, the four Kumaras, all of them also, they came with Lord Vishnu. Yeah. And guess what? Yes, all of them came. Lord Vishnu also appeared, but he came with Indra. Lord Vishnu came with Indra. And then Lord Vishnu said, Maharaj was so happy to see Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu, after giving darshan there, he was telling Prithu Maharaj, first thing is, please forgive Indra. Please forgive Indra. And he also said that devotees are connected with me in intense friendship and they are never agitated. So in other words, he's saying, do not be agitated that Indra has done this to you. Please forgive him. That's what Lord Vishnu says. And then after that, he looks at Prithu Maharaj and says, I don't have to appear here in this sacrifice. I'm not obligated to. But I came here because I got enchanted with your qualities. That's what Lord Vishnu says to Prithu Maharaj. I'm very much enchanted with your qualities. So please forgive Indra and ask for some benediction. That's what Lord Vishnu said. Okay. Until then, so that's the story. That's what has happened. Now, yeah, we didn't see much of the slides moving, right? 1 second, please give me a second. That's 420. Lord Vishnu instructs for the 20. And we have gone through the story. I want to see if I have summarized the whole thing or if there are any slides for that. Oh yeah, so I have summarized the whole thing. These are the slides. So yeah, please fix your gaze on the slides. Yeah, so this is Indra getting angry and then coming. Of course, this is Lord Vishnu who has appeared at the fire sacrifice. Prithu Maharaj was so happy to receive him. This is, oh yeah, this is because Vidura, when Maitreya was saying, he was summarizing how the whole sacrifice was happening and how Lord Vishnu actually came at the end, and that was the slide. But as the sequence goes, this is Vijitatsva, how he's fighting with Indra. This is the 100th horse sacrifice, 100th horse that was meant to sacrifice, but Vijitatsva was fighting with Indra. The fighting took place and the Brahma came. Brahma said, whatever you have just summarized. Brahma said that, no, please, Prithu, hold on your sacrifice here. Let it just be 99. Okay. This we all have discussed, but just for you to please your eyes, those are the slides. And so now this is about Lord Vishnu, how he has appeared. And he said this to Prithu Maharaj, to please forgive Indra. And he said, yes, now please ask some benediction. I'm so enchanted with your qualities. Till there. I think, yes, we will pause the katha here and then see what our lessons are till now. Because many things happen here. Until now, this is Bhagavata katha, right? And now we want to see what these Bhagavatas, Prithu Maharaj, is teaching us. Yeah, Indra, Brahma, and Prithu Maharaj. What did they do? Why did they do? And what does it has? What do we have to learn from there? First thing, Indra. When the sacrifice was happening, the 99th sacrifice, it's the 100th sacrifice, right? Last thing. So Indra, being the king of the heaven, Prithu Maharaj is just the king of the earth. Indra was king of the heaven. What did he do? First, he cheated, right? He wore the garb of a sadhu. He is not supposed to do that. That too, he is king of the heaven. Still, he ended up cheating. Not only cheating, for what? Stealing the horse. So somebody who is in power, the king of the heaven, he ended up cheating and he ended up stealing. Why did that happen? Because he's Shatakritu, right? And he was looking at Prithu Maharaj as his competitor. If Prithu Maharaj also does this 100th sacrifice, he will be eligible to come to Indra's post. And I am not just by myself on the throne. There is one more person with the same title, and I don't like that. He is my competitor. I have to be the only one with Shatakrita. The competition. He was so attached to that position as Indra, as the title Shatakritu, right? And everything that comes with that position, the power, the recognition, the title, that attachment to something very worldly, right? That is the reason that made Indra cheat and steal. Attachment, material attachment causing cheating and stealing, right? So he was looking at Prithu Maharaj as a competitor. And we must be thinking, what? That is Indra. Well, he was feeling like that. What does it have to do with me? I'm just doing a devotion. So I think that is to do with Indra. But we have to understand one thing here, the tattva. Indra is a Sakama Bhakta. What kind of bhaktas are we? We are starting devotion, right? We are doing it, right? So Indra is also doing his service as a representative of the Lord, sitting in the post of Indra. So he is also doing service. He is also a bhakta. We are also bhaktas. We are also trying to do some service. Bhakti, right? Devotional service. So Indra is a Sakama Bhakta. Then who are we? Are we Akama Bhaktas? Akama means no other desire, just to please Krishna. We are just sadhakas. Are we Sakama Bhaktas? Sadhakas? We also have desires, right? So many desires. How do we know we have desires? Well, if we are Akama Bhaktas, it means if we don't have desires, then when we are chanting, when we are saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, then we are with Krishna. Shri Radha and Krishna are in the Harinama. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Is that happening in our chanting? No. So many things that are coming in. So it means we are not Akama Bhaktas yet. We are also Sakama Bhaktas. We also have so many things that we are attached to. And that's why So much mental chatting goes on about all those things and about all those people. So-called positive, so-called negative. But everything is a chain. Golden chain or iron chain. Yeah. So Indra is far better than what we are. He is a Sakam Bhakta, we are Sakama. But he's an empowered one. So he's much better than what we are. So we couldn't be thinking, oh, he has attachment for that. That's why he's stealing and he's cheating. If Indra could have that, who are we? Such a small Sakama Bhaktas. And what can attachment do? Attachment can lead somebody to steal and to cheat also. That too being in that powerful position. So what would it do to me? Such a small person I am. Such a small Sakama Bhakta I am. If I have attachment to the things in the name of devotion, to the position, to the service, like that, yeah, attachment just to please Krishna is different, but we are Sakama Bhaktas, correct? So whatever that comes with that, any kind of attachment that we have that pulls us away, distracts us away from Krishna, from the Harinama, any material attachment, in a positive way or in a negative way. Hating is also attachment. Raga is also attachment. Dvesha is also an attachment. For some reason or other, we are thinking about the other person or the other situation. All those are attachments. So what can attachment do? It can cause this tendency of stealing, cheating, in a subtle way. You don't have the horses to steal, but in a subtle way, where there is attachment, these tendencies come. So the lesson is, attachments can do this. Then what can we do? What can we do? We are doing our best in sadhana bhakti. So what do we do? What can we do differently than what Indra did? Indra looked at Prithu Maharaj as a competitor. Yeah, he wanted to be better than Prithu Maharaj. If we are thinking about the other person as a competitor, if we are thinking about the other person in a negative way, so we can be better than that person, that is competition, right? Competition is thinking about the other person and wanting us to be better than the other person is competition. Wherever there is competition, there will be envy because there is competition going on. Then what do? We want to compete with our own self, not with others. And what it means is we want to get better. Whatever we were yesterday in pleasing Krishna, we want to be a little more better today to please Krishna and the devotees. So we want to compete with our own self. We want to improvise our own self in pleasing the Lord and the devotees, not in showing anything else. Okay. Then if somebody else is doing much better, then what should be my attitude? Okay, I don't want to compete. I'll gear that competition to myself and I'll improve myself to please the Lord. But how about if others are doing well? So from them, we derive inspiration, not competition. Inspiration is, if somebody is doing well, when we think about it, when we look at them, whatever they might be doing or whatever qualities they might be having, if we are appreciating that in our mind, then that will be an inspiration. I am giving good vibes to that person, appreciating that person. So that whatever I'm appreciating will come to me too. If I'm competing, sending those negative energy to others, whatever good thing I have, that will be suppressed. And on top of that, the hatred that I'm sending out is going to add to my anarthas. Instead, if there is inspiration, where I'm sending good vibes, where I am appreciating the other person, then whatever that other person has, those qualities will come to us. Not only that, all of us have some good qualities, something to please Krishna, some capacity, right? All of us have something good. So when we are appreciating others, not only those qualities that they have will come to us, but whatever good qualities that we have also will be flourishing. That's the good thing about getting inspiration from others, not competition with others. Yeah, so that is something to learn. Not competition with others, but inspiration from others. And the competition is only within ourselves, that is to improve ourselves. Again, improving in pleasing Krishna, not so much about the quantity of it, and not so much to show to anybody, but to please Krishna. Improvise ourselves to please Krishna. So that's something we can learn from Indra. And when Brahmaji, when he came, he was supposed to chastise Indra because he is the king, right? He is the heavenly king and he is not supposed to do the stealing and cheating. But instead, he told his priests to not kill Indra. Why was he doing that? Actually, Brahmaji said to the priests also at that time, see, Indra was stopped to steal the horse. And that's why he ended up adopting these cheating ways. That's why he took this adharma marga to adopt the ways of, the sannyasi garb. First time he did that. Second time also he did that. So when he is stopped from doing what he wanted to do, that is stopping the fire sacrifice, he was going in adharmic ways so much. And this is impacting all the citizens because he's setting such a bad example. And if you're trying to offer him in the fire, calling out the mantras, and if Indra comes to know that he is being killed with these mantras in the fire, we don't know what plans he would come up with, what adharmic thing he would do. So we don't want any more adharma here. That's why, no, we are not continuing this further and we are not doing anything to Indra. So Brahmaji, he knew that Indra was in such an immature stage, childish, immature stage. That's one thing. But he did not kill Indra too, because he knew he was in immature, childish stage, but he can be reformed. He can be changed. That's why he did not let a priest kill Indra, and at the same time, he did not take him away from the Indra position, because we'll see how he got reformed later. Yeah. And when we go to Sati Charita, there, who is that? Daksha. How he was blaspheming Shiva. So much. Such deep-rooted envy. He was so much envious that his own daughter Sati had to enter into the fire. Such deep-rooted envy. No chance for reforming. That's why Lord Shiva had to behead him through his Shivagana, right? So that was the case of Daksha. He was not reformable. But Indra, he was childish and immature, but he was reformable. Brahmaji knew that. That's why he made that decision. And Prithu Maharaj, Brahmaji also knows. Prithu Maharaj is very wise, very equipoised, and he's not after this titles. That's why he took that decision. Yeah. So from this, what we want to learn what is evident here is when these people, and for us, we are devotees, since we are in devotion, when the devotees who are taking the service of, especially the servant leaders or management like that, where the services are big and has to do with so many devotees, they are their vision is more wider than us who are just doing our own bhakti. So we may be able to see only 10 to 20 or 30% our own vision, but they have to have a broader vision and then make a decision accordingly. So sometimes we may think like, why are they making that decisions? It could be our Gurujanas, it could be the temple presidents, or it could be GBCs, whoever the servant leaders, when they have to make a decision. We may not understand why sometimes that decision was taken. But because their vision has to be more broader to encompass many other aspects and many more devotees, though we don't understand why that decision is taken, we have to cooperate. We have to cooperate. Not question, but cooperate. There must be a reason like that. Cooperation to the authority. The second thing is, all these devotees who has these big responsibilities as servant leaders, their service is not easy. For us, we may be just doing our own japa, our own bhakti, but when it has to do with being with many devotees and then taking the lead or making the decisions, it's not easy. So in this case, Brahma had to decide what to do. If he's to be reformed or not, what kind of punishment is to be given, how it is to be given. In a way, it is beneficial to both the parties, like that. So in this case, Brahma had to see what is good for Prithu, what is good for Indra also. Since Indra is reformable, then he chose to do what he did. Since Prithu is already matured, very matured and satisfied, he had to talk to Prithu. This is very similar to, the parents when they have two children or so. Then they end up requesting a more mature child to please slow down, to please understand. Though they do not do anything wrong, they request the matured one, even if it's an older one or younger one, who is more cooperative. Yeah. So they request her or him to please just come to terms. Yeah, like that. So we have to respect them also, these authorities. Their job is not easy. They have to think of many things and see how both the parties can be benefited or justified or like that. So for those people who are in that position of servant leaders, we have to cooperate with them and we want to respect them because their service is not easy. Yeah. And coming to Prithu Maharaj, oh, wow. Why was he doing this yajna? For the welfare of his citizens. Selfless. Indra, so selfish for his own prestige. So Prithu Maharaj was selfless. Yeah. And his intention was to please Vishnu and the welfare of the people. And second thing, dear devotees, when he was angry with Indra, when he took the sword out to kill Indra, he was angry. But when the priest said, no, this doesn't suit you, especially in the sacrificial arena, you cannot do this. He curbed the anger. Bhagavatam says he peacefully sat down so he could let the anger go away. Let go that anger, let go that negative emotion. Prithu Maharaj could easily do that. Indra could not do it. He couldn't let go that position. He couldn't let go that envy. He was holding it tight. Prithu Maharaj, he let go. The negative emotion, he let go. Since the anger was not needed there, he let go. And then second thing was when Brahmaji came and said, okay, this is it. 99 is enough. You don't have to go to 100 sacrifice. Prithu Maharaj, he didn't get disturbed. He did not question. He didn't say, how come this is not fair? You are the chief of the universal manager and he is King Indra. He did not behave the way he should. He was doing stealing and cheating. You should be chastising him. And here I am doing the yajna for the welfare of my people, and I'm doing my Kshatriya Dharma so well, and here you are coming and asking me to stop. He didn't say a thing. Because Prithu Maharaj matured, so he knew, okay, if Brahmaji is saying something, there must be a reason, and I would accept it. So the cooperation. Cooperation, this is cooperation. He happily cooperated. Not that he was angry, resentful, and then said, okay, I'm going to stop this. The sacrifice because you told me to stop. So there was no resentment. Cooperation. Without resentment. And when Lord Vishnu came, please see here, dear devotees, Lord Vishnu, for who Prithu Maharaj was doing sacrifice, when he came to the sacrificial arena, he came with Indra. Prithu Maharaj must be thinking, he could think, I am doing the sacrifice here to please the Lord. And look at the Lord. Who is he coming with? Indra, who has stolen my horse, who is cheating and who did not behave well and who did the adharmic thing. He did not think any of that. Lord's ways are mysterious, right? That's what Bhishma Pitama said. Muhyante kavayo api. We cannot understand the Lord's ways. We just have to see what's the next service and then go on. Prithu Maharaj, he looks like he's very well versed with this, super mature. He didn't have a question. He was not surprised, nothing. He just had darshan of the Lord. And at that time, when Lord Vishnu said, you should forgive him, then Prithu Maharaj here, yeah. Oh, sorry, I am forgetting to show you the slides, yeah. Prithu Maharaj, see, when the Lord said, please forgive him, then Prithu Maharaj, he embraced Indra affectionately, zero envy. So he let go the anger that he had on Indra, and he let go he didn't even have envy. He was filled with affection to Indra. Yeah. So he let go whatever was not needed. He let go the attachment. First of all, he didn't even have, he could have had the attachment to the fire sacrifice. Because he may not be competing with Indra. He didn't have the thoughts of competition with Indra, but he wanted to do the 100 sacrifice. So he was not attached to wanting to do the sacrifice also. Even that is actually an attachment in the mode of goodness, to want to do the determination part. But that also he let go when Brahmaji said, okay, this is it, 99 is enough. So Prithu was ready to let go anything that was coming in his way. He was so mature. Yeah. This is wonderful. Prithu Maharaj, he was selfless. And there was no anger, there was no envy. He was submissive, cooperative, and respectful to the authority. And not only this, he had affection to the so-called, he did not consider Indra as enemy, but Indra considered him as enemy. So he had affection, the so-called enemy. So this is why, and this is all, Prithu Maharaj was doing all this, yajna and everything, all his thought and focus all the time was just the welfare of his citizens. So this is why Lord Vishnu came and he said, I don't have to come here, but I came here because your qualities are so enchanting. So like that. So that is about Indra, what we what we want to do and don't want to do, the lessons from Indra and from Brahmaji and Prithu Maharaj. So in this way, though Indra is known as Shatakrutu, the 100 horse sacrificer, Prithu is only 99 because he could do only 99 sacrifices. Here, Indra lost the game by winning, in the sense he was successful in stopping the sacrifice, but he lost the game. Prithu, he won the game by losing. It was only 99 sacrifices, not the 101, but he won everybody's heart. Prithu Maharaj. Yeah, so devotion is like that. Devotion is like that. We want to win by losing anything that is not needed in bhakti. This is how we win bhakti. And winning in bhakti more by taking backbench. Backbench is we let everybody go ahead. We respect everybody. This is how we win in bhakti. Yeah. So this is how we win in bhakti, by losing all those things that are not needed in bhakti. Yeah, so that is about this this episode. And then now, when Lord Vishnu asked Prithu Maharaj to please ask some benediction, Prithu Maharaj eyes, now he has already hugged Indra, affectionate, done, okay. Indra part is addressed. And second thing, and now all his gaze, Prithu Maharaj's gaze was on the Lord only. He couldn't see the Lord because his eyes were all filled with tears. So he couldn't see the Lord clearly. And again, voice choking up. These devotees, their transcendental emotions. Water in the eyes, voice choking up. Same thing with Dhruva, same thing with Prithu. But here, Prithu Maharaj, somehow, he gathered himself and he wanted to offer prayers to the Lord. Okay, so there are 3-4 slokas. This is the next crux of our matter. So far, we have heard the life lessons from that episode, right? Now, this is the next one. Okay. After this is just, most of it is just informational sake. These are real rubies for us now. We have heard many times this sloka, this beautiful sloka, where Govinda resides in the heart of the pure devotees. Srila Narottam Das Thakur also, he sang in his bhajans. Where is that coming from? This is the chapter. These are the prayers, Prithu Maharaj's prayers. Okay. So these 3-4 shlokas are beautiful. Let's hear them. So Prithu Maharaj, now that Lord Vishnu is in front of Prithu Maharaj gathered himself, and as a response to Lord Vishnu's order for benediction, Prithu Maharaj is saying, okay, this is to Lord Vishnu. Varan vibhotvad varadeshvarat buddhaha kadam vrinitim gunavikriyatmanam ye narakanam api santi dehinam tanisha kaivalyapate vrinena cha. Varan vibho tvad varadeshvara. He's addressing Lord Vishnu. You are the best of the bestowers of the boons. Buddha kadam vrinite gunavikriyatmana. Any intelligent person, how can they ask? Buddha, intelligent. Kadam, how? Vrinite, ask. Any intelligent person, how can they ask what? Gunavikriyatmanam. Those people who are affected by guna. Guna vikriyatmanam, affected by 3 modes. So he's saying, O best of the bestower of the boons, how can any intelligent person ask something that is asked by those people who are affected by modes? Ye narakanam apisanti dehina. That interaction of the modes, rajoguna, tamoguna, and anything to do with that, this material enjoyment and material benedictions, they are available even in Naraka. Even for those embodied and are in Naraka, they are available in Naraka Loka also. These material boons. Tan Isha Kaivalyapate Vrinenacha. Kaivalyapate, you can actually give the liberation also, my lord. Not only the material benedictions. No intellectual person will ask material benedictions. And Vrinenacha, I will not ask even Kaivalya, not even the liberation. Okay, you don't want any material boons. You don't want the liberation. What do you want then? Nakamaye natha tadapi aham kvachin nayatra yusma charanambuja savaha mahattamanta hridayan mukhachuto vidhatsva karnayutam yeshame varaha. This is what the pure devotees ask in Bhagavatam again and again. They said no to the material boons, and he said no to the liberation. And what is he asking? Nakamaye nada tadapi aham kvachin. Nakamaye nata natha. Oh my Lord, nakamaye, I don't want. Nayatra, that kind of existence where there is no yusmat charanambuja savaha. Yusmat, your charana ambuja, lotus feet, savaha, nectar. Oh Lord, I do not desire that kind of, any kind of existence where there is no nectar of your lotus feet. Okay, so where is that nectar coming from? Mahattamantar hridayan mukhachutam vidatsva karnayutam yeshame varaha. Please hear. Mahattama antar hridayan mukhachuto. Mahattama, Mahajanas, pure devotees, antar hridayan, in the core of their heart, mukhachuto, from their mouth. So when these Mahajanas, when they speak from their mouth, which is actually coming from their core of their heart, I want to hear that with millions of ears. Eshamevara, O Natha, Bhagavan, Eshamevara, this is the boon I'm asking. Give me millions of ears so I can hear when these Mahajanas, pure devotees, are talking with their mouth, whatever is coming from Antar Hridayan, from their heart. Why is it so important that he's asking millions of ears to hear when the pure devotees are speaking? Because they are speaking from Antar Hridayan, from their heart. What happens when they're speaking from their heart? Sauttama shloka mahan mukhachuto bhavat padamboja sudhakana nila smritim punah vismita tattvavatmanam kuyoginam no vitarati alambarai. This is the best of the shlokas, especially in Kutumara's praise. This is why we say all the Shuddha Bhaktas, Vaku is Shabda Brahman. What is Pratimara saying here? Why do you need that millions of ears? He said, because they will speak from their Antar Hridaya, Antar Hridayan. They will speak from their core of their heart. That will come from Mukha Achyuto, from their mouth. Sa Uttama Mahan Mukhachutam. So when they are speaking about the Uttama Shloka, about the Lord who is being glorified by the choicest praises, Uttama Shloka. When these Shuddha Bhaktas, Mahajanas are speaking about the Uttama Shloka by their mouth, what does it have? What does the Shabda have? Bhavat Padam Boja Sudha Kananila. Bhavat, your Padam Boja, lotus feet, Sudha Kananila. Saffron dust particles. So the saffron dust particles that are present on your lotus feet, that are present in Antar Hridaya, in the core of the heart of the Shuddha Bhaktas, they come out from their mouth when they are speaking. And what does this Sudha Kananila, saffron dust particles from the lotus feet of the Lord, from the core of the heart of the Shuddha Bhaktas do when it enters our ears? Smritim punar vismrita tattvavatmanam yoginam vitarati alambarai. Smritim punar vismrita tattvavatmanam. Smritim, memory. Punar, regaining. Vismrita tattvavatmanam. Whatever tattva was forgotten is put in the path back again. Kuyoginam. All those who had, kuyogi is wrongdoers, conditioned souls. Yeah. So when these saffron dust particles, Sudha Kananila, enters the ears, Buddha Maharaj is saying, for these kuyoginams, the conditioned souls, Smritim Punar, their memory is revived. What memory? Vismrita Tattvavatmanam. The Tattva, the truth. Sambandha Jnana. The memory of Sambandha Jnana. Mamaivanso Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. That the Tattva, that Jiva Tattva, is the part of Bhagavat Tattva. Jiva has forgotten that. And this forgotten memory is given back when this saffron dust particles, the Sudha Kananila, from the mouth of the Shuddha Bhaktas, which came from the core of the heart of the Shuddha Bhaktas, from the lotus feet of the Lord present in their heart. This Smriti is revived. So this is why this is when they speak Shabda Brahman, transcendental. Are not the saffron dust particles of the Lord present in the core of the Shuddha Bhaktas transcendental? That is why they have the potency to revive the Smriti of the Jivas and revive the Sambandha Jnana, that we are the loving servants of the Lord Bhagavan. That is why that Shabda Brahman is in a different category. This is why it is said we have to hear from these pure devotees. We may understand or not, but saffron dust particles are there. The medicine is there, and our memory will be revived. Our only problem is because we forgot this. We are in Vismriti. We have to get that Punarsmriti, and that is possible by Shabda Brahman of the Shuddha Bhakti. That is Prabhupada Maharaj saying. Okay. And he says, who would not want to hear unless they are animals? That's what Prabhupada Maharaj is saying in the next shloka. Who would not want to hear the Shuddha Bhakta speaking when it is coming from Antar Hridayan Mahattam? And then he goes, okay, now that memory is revived. What would you do with that memory? Knowing that you are the loving servant of the Lord. Then I want to engage in the loving devotional service. That's the next shloka, Prabhupada Maharaj says. He says, That's when I want to engage in the loving service of your lotus feet, my Lord. I want to massage your lotus feet. He says that. And then he says, oh, Lakshmi Devi is also doing the same service. Perhaps she would think me as a competitor. No, my Lord. You would not think so, right? Because you're a Dina Vatsala. You're a Dina Bandhu. You always take the side of Dinas like me. So you will always engage me in the service, right? So this was the conversation going on. I mean, these are the prayers of Prithu Maharaj. This is the mood of Prithu Maharaj towards Lord Vishnu. Not that the Lakshmi Devi is a competitor here, but the point here is he was wanting to serve the lotus feet of Lord so much. And he's relishing that the guna of the Lord, that he is the Dina Bandhu, like that. Lakshmi Devi is serving the lotus feet of the Lord in a Madhurya Bhava. Prithu Maharaj would serve the Lord, lotus feet of the Lord in a Dasya Bhava. And if the Lord wants, he is Sahasra Sirsha, Sahasra Pursha. He doesn't have only one or two lotus feet, he has many. So, but how is he relishing, Prithu Maharaj? His bond with the Lord here, that you will still be on my side, right? Because you are a Dina Bandhu. So please engage me in the devotional service. That is what Prithu Maharaj says. So he said, I do not want Gunavikriyatmana, nothing material. I do not want Kaivalya. I do not want any existence where there is Yusmat Charanambujam Savaha, where there is no nectar of your lotus feet. Where is the nectar of this lotus feet? Mahan Antarhridayan, in the core of the heart of the Shuddha Bhaktas, you are residing, and when they speak, the saffron dust particles from their core of the heart comes in their mouth and lands in my ears, and that will revive my Sambandha Jnana, that will invoke my loving relationship with you, and then I want to serve you. So please give me that devotional service. So where is this inspiration? Where is this smriti for the loving devotional service? Where is the smriti? Smriti is memory of loving relationship coming from. Who is reviving it? What is reviving it? Bhavat Sudha Kananila, saffron dust particles from there. Shabda Brahman. After reviving, Sambandha Jnana has happened, right? And then Abhideya Prayojana. What is happening? Prayojana, loving devotional service. So yes, I want that loving devotional service. Those are the prayers of Prithu Maharaj. Starting from where that is coming from who that is coming from, and what is it that I'm asking? When it has entered into my heart, I'm asking for loving devotional service. So Sambandha Jnana is given by Shuddha Bhaktas. When the Sambandha Jnana is given, then that will lead to Abhideya and Prayojana, which is loving devotional service. After offering these prayers, Prithu Maharaj says at the end, okay, I have offered these prayers, my Lord. Yadha charet balahitam pita swayam. As father decides for his little son, you please decide for me whatever is good for me. That's how he ends the prayers. And then Lord Narayana, he looks at him affectionately, smiles and says, Tadas, you will get that loving devotional service. You will get that Mahattam Antargata. You'll get the association of those Mahatmas, the Mahajanas, and you will get the devotional service. He blesses, Lord Narayana blesses, and then he disappears. This is why the next section would be Prithu Maharaj will be getting the darshan of 4 Kumaras, the Mahajanas, and he would be hearing from them. And then he would be heading back to Godhead for loving devotional service. Those are the 2 chapters coming in the next class. But to end today's, so these are the prayers that Prithu Maharaj offered, and Lord Narayana said Tadastu. So in this way, the sacrifice is over, and Prithu Maharaj, he comes back to his kingdom. Okay? So this yajna was done in the outskirts of his kingdom. So he comes back to the kingdom. Everybody welcomes him. And this is just one shloka here. How Prithu Maharaj, after entering into the kingdom, first there is description of the beauty, physical beauty of Prithu Maharaj, and then the beauty of his speech. This is the last sloka for us today. Prithu Maharaj's speech was like this. Charu chitra padam slakshanam rishtam gudam aviklavam sarvesham upakarardam tada anuvadan iva. Prithu Maharaj, after coming back to the kingdom, he assembled all his citizens. All of them are there. The Brahmanas, he's a Kshatriya, and of course rest of the Kshatriyas are also there. He's an emperor, right? And Vaishyas and Sudras, all Varnas, all ashramas, everybody assembled. Prithu Maharaj, he speaks like this. How are his words? Charu, beautiful. Chitrapadam, poetic language, flowery language. Slakshanam, very clear, lot of clarity. Vrishtam, great. Gudam, they're pretty meaningful. Aviklavam, and aviklavam means there's no confusion. Sarvesham upakarartham, for the benefit of everybody that is there, he started speaking these words that are great, beautiful, with flowery language, clear, with no fault, and has a lot of meaning. What did he say? One point. See, I'm a Kshatriya. And I am doing my job to please Lord Hari. Yeah, all of you, the Brahmanas, the Vaishyas, the Sudras, and everybody in the kingdom, please, you also do your responsibilities, the Varnashrama Dharma, in order to please Hari. Samsiddhir Haritoshana, Varnashrama Vibhagaha, Atah Punyat Vijashreshta, Varnashrama Vibhagasaha. Swanishtitasya Dharmasya, Samsiddhir Haritoshana. That's why all of us are meant to give Toshanam to Hari, pleasure to Lord Hari. As I am doing my Varnashrama Dharma as a Kshatriya to please the Lord, all of you please do your dharmas also. Whatever responsibilities that you have, please do it as to bring Toshanam to Lord Hari. That's one point he says. The second point he says is, why should we do our duties to please Lord Hari? Because when we are doing our responsibilities, this is for all of us also, dear devotees. We also fall in one of the ashramas and varna, right? All our responsibilities, when we are doing it to please the Lord, King Prithu is saying, that is devotional service, and that will cleanse one's mind. He's saying, Ashesha Janmopachitam Malam Dhiyam. Ashesha Janmopachitam. Infinite number of births. Malam, the dirt that has been accumulated for infinite number of births. All the dirt will be washed off when we are engaged in the devotional service of Lord Hari. When we are doing Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. So for our purification's sake, through our responsibilities, we have to please Lord Hari. He says that second point. And the last point is, he says, the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, they are very pleasing to Lord Hari. They are very dear to Lord Hari. So all of us should respect them, and we should serve them like that. And so he speaks like that, and everybody applauds him and thanks him and blesses him. That's how it ends. So that is the dear. Yeah. So to quickly summarize what we have discussed so far, today's is only one section. What happened during the Ashwamedha Yajna? We have heard the whole story, right? And from that story, we have from Indra, we have heard, we understood that attachment to anything material can cause this inclination of cheating and stealing. So we want to look at others not with competition, but with inspiration. Competition with others can cause, can accumulate negativity within us, but inspiration with others will accumulate positive. Okay, so inspiration, but not competition. And if it has to be competition, it is to be within us to improvise ourselves, and that too to please the Lord Hari and devotees. Yeah, that we have. And in regards to the servant leaders, superiors, we want to be cooperative to them because their vision has to be bigger than ours, individual persons. Also, we have to be respectful to them. It's difficult service. That services are difficult. Guiding others, managing things are difficult. So we have to respect them also. That we have heard. And Prithu Maharaj, how he was selfless while Indra was selfish. And how Prithu Maharaj was detached to his internal negative emotions and also to external material attachments. He was detached. And also how he was submissive and subordinate to the superiors. And how he accepted the will of the Lord when Indra when Lord appeared along with Indra, he just accepted the will of the Lord with no resentment or argument there. Yeah, that's Prithu Maharaj. And how Prithu Maharaj, though he has only 99 sacrifices and Indra had 100, we have seen how Indra lost the game by winning it, and Prithu Maharaj won the game by losing it. He has won in this world, and he has won the hearts of all the Mahajanas and the Lord, and he won the place in the spiritual realm. He could go back to the spiritual realm too. So in that way, Prithu Maharaj won by losing. So that way, our bhakti journey is also, we win the journey in bhakti by losing whatever is not needed for us, whatever is there in between us and Krishna. By losing that, then we win the heart of the Lord. Unless we let them go, unless we are ready to let those things go, unless we are ready to let the thoughts of those people, unless we are ready to let those thoughts go, even if it is raga, good thoughts, good attachment thoughts about people, or dvesha, hatred thoughts about people, both of them are chains, golden chains, iron chains. Unless we let them go, these chains that are there in between us and the Lord, then the path to back home is not cleared. Those are like chains. So Prithu Maharaj could let them go. That we have heard. And in the praise of Prithu Maharaj, how he beautifully asked for not the material attachments, guna vikriyatmana, not that, not kaivalya, and no existence where there is no lotus feet, the nectar of the lotus feet of Lord Hari. He didn't wanted any of those. He just wanted the nectar of the lotus feet of Lord Hari, which is available the Bhavat Sudha Kanalila, right? The saffron dust particles that come from the mouth of the Shuddha Bhaktas, which actually come from the core of the heart of the devotee. Those saffron dust particles from the lotus feet of the Lord in the core of the heart of the Shuddha Bhaktas. That he wanted to hear, because that will give him Sambandha Jnana. And when that loving relationship is revived and established, then the loving service can be offered. Abhideya, Prayojana can happen. So that's what Maharaj has asked the Lord. And Lord said, Tadastu, so be it. After that, Prithvi Maharaj comes back and speaks beautiful words to his citizens. He says, as I'm doing my dharma to some Siddhir Haritoshna, for some Siddhir Haritoshna, you also please Lord Hari through your responsibilities in your Varna Ashrama. Why like that? Because a service like that devotional service to please Lord Vishnu will purify us from any impurities that have been accumulated birth after birth. So for one's own purification, let us all do our own duties in a way, some said their Haritoshna, pleasing to Lord. Yes, dear devotees.